Today's video, we're gonna talk about three different things that I wish I would have known before I got into day trading. And it's funny because I feel like in this niche, like a lot of people just show the up. You know, they show the profits, they show the lifestyle, they show just all the good things, man. And I think that's important, right? I think it's important to see like the upside to trading, but there's so much more to take into account, because everything is not as what it seems, and I wish I would have understood that. I'm grateful for my journey, but I feel like if more people understood the other sides of trading, I almost feel like it would benefit you because you know what you're signing up for, right? Like you know what you're getting into, and you're not walking into the skill set blind, like with trading, man, it's a lot of like glamour, and it's a lot of like gold, right? And that's true, it is glamour and gold once you crack the skill set, but in the beginning it is a journey, okay? And I just want to share three different things that I wish I would have known, in hopes of helping the next person, in hopes of just sharing from my experience so other people can learn and just have a different perspective. All right, so we're gonna get into the video. It's your girl T Profits back with another video. Okay, so let's get right into it, right? So the first thing that I wish I would have known is this is a marathon and not a sprint. Okay, like it's a marathon and not a sprint. And what I mean by that is like it take time to crack this skill set. Okay, it take time to master this. When you new and you're online and you're looking at what everybody else is doing, it feels like everybody else had an overnight success, right? And when you feel like that, it makes you kind of doubt your own journey, right? It makes you feel like you're not doing what you need to do because maybe it's taking you a little bit longer, or maybe your journey is not identical to somebody else's journey. And the thing is that this is your journey, right? You have to really focus on yourself in this game, because the moment that you start looking at what somebody else is doing, it's going to hinder your own progress. You're going to be so focused on the next person that you're not even going to be able to understand that your journey is very unique. All of our journeys is very unique to ourselves. And I had to really realize that. In my own journey, I used to compare myself a lot to other traders, or let's say if somebody's making 10K a month, I'm like, why am I not making 10K a month? Not realizing that this person has been doing this for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And I'm new to the game. I'm new to the niche. So you have to understand that like everything is everybody's journey is different, okay? And you have to learn how to embrace your own journey and stay in your own lane and understand that like this is a journey. This is a marathon. This is not something that's supposed to happen overnight, okay? Do some people get lucky? Yes and no. I have seen some traders get it quicker, but at the same time, what kind of mindset did they have? Okay, you never know what that person had to endure before they got into trading. Maybe they were another type of business owner, or maybe they had something else going on, because it do take a certain mindset to be able to day trade successfully, right? So never compare yourself, never look at what somebody else is doing and then look back at yourself and wonder why you don't have the same results. Your journey is your journey, and this is a marathon. Don't rush the process. I know obviously it's hard to say that because with trading, man, all you need is a few months of profitability to change your whole situation, right? But when you start thinking from that mindset, man, it's almost like you're in survival mode because you're so fixated on changing everything so quick and not realizing like, hey, this is a journey. This is a journey, right? As long as you stay in your lane and stay on your path, you're going to get to the destination. But when you rush it, and when you skip steps and you constantly comparing yourself to the next person, you don't get all you can get from the journey. You feel me? You might miss some things because you're so focused on getting there fast. So I mean, slow progress is better than no progress. You feel me? At least you're progressing, right? So that's my number one thing that I wish I would have known, man. Is like this is a marathon, not a sprint. Take my time, learn, grow, and stop comparing myself to the next person. Okay. Now, tip number two, this is the second thing I wish I would have known, is simply less is more. I cannot stress that enough. Less is more. When you first get introduced to day trading, it feels like the more that you have, the more money you're going to make or the better you'll be in the market. And I had to really understand and realize like that is not true, That is not true. You don't need more to get more out of the market. You know, what I've learned in my experience is like I trade better when I have less. You feel me? Like when I first started, you know, I was into like the indicators, and not knocking nobody that trade indicators, right? We all trade differently. I'm not here to tell you how you should trade or look at the market. I'm just talking about my own experience, right? But when I came into the market, I figured that okay, I need all the indicators, I need all the pairs, I need to trade every session. You feel me? And that could be further from the truth. Like when I learned to simplify it and keep things super simple, that's when I started to really like progress in my journey, you know? And it was a hard thing to really grasp because in real life, you know, we are taught that work hard, have more, do more, right? Like if you do more, you'll have more in real life. So in trading, it just makes sense for me to want to do more in order to have more. But in honestly, like less is more. You feel me? Like you don't need as much as you think that you need to be successful. You don't need to catch. Like when I started trading, man, I thought that I needed like six RRs, seven RRs to be profitable, you know? And I realized like honestly you don't need that. Like now is that a good thing to have? Yes. Like if you are able to catch higher RRs, then absolutely go for it. But it's not a necessity, right? And when I would look at these other traders, man, I felt like, okay, they must be doing more. Like they must be doing more. So maybe I should do more so I can have the same results. And I realized like a lot of these big time traders, the people that we aspire to trade, like they're really doing less. They're not doing as much as we think they are, you know? And they do talk about the simplicity of trading, man. And once I started to simplify it, you know, having one session to trade, you know, trading one, maybe two pairs max, but one pair for the most, you know, having one entry model, having one exit model, having one set TP. I like to do that too, you know, because it just takes the guesswork out of it. You know, when you're able to simplify your trading, man, you make less trading mistakes because you're not leaving it up to you. You know, when y'all know how it is when you're in these markets, man, prices is moving and fluctuating, money's going up and down. Like it's easy to get emotional. It's easy to get to go on tilt, you know, because you see your whole life in front of you. You know that all it takes is a few $1,000s to change everything for real. Like you don't need to make 20, 30, 40K to change your life. Like 5K can change somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like once I realized less is more, it changed my perspective a lot. You feel me? It made me realize like I don't need to have my energy scattered, you know? If I could focus my energy on less, man, more will automatically come because I'm putting the odds in my favor. You know, when you are constantly trying to do more and trying to have more, the odds are not in your favor because it's like you have too many variables. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I wish I would have known coming in, but I'm happy that I learned it now because it just makes my journey more unique and it makes me be able to come on here and talk about it in hopes of helping somebody who's new or someone who's still struggling in that aspect, you know. You don't need as much. You really don't. Like you really do not need as much as you think that you need. You know, you just need really one or two pairs, in my opinion. One session for sure. Like I don't believe in trading multiple sessions. Like you should trade one session and live your life. And you don't need to like in my opinion, like this is just my opinion. You know, if you're a swing trader or anything like that, this is no disrespect, but I just don't feel like you need as much as you need. Even with the R to R's, like you don't have to go for high R to R's to be successful. And I used to think that. Like I used to think that, okay, why am I not going for one to tens? Why am I not going for one to sixes? You know, why you can go for one to twos and be set. You feel me? Like as long as you have a high enough win rate, like you can go for one to twos. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that I learned as well. And tip number three, last thing that I learned, and this one might be the most important one. Don't tell nobody that you're trading. Okay, like you have to learn how to move in silence when you are learning this skill set because everybody's not going to believe in it. Everybody's not going to see the potential that you see. Okay, everybody's not going to see the end goal that you see. You feel me? A lot of people have a fixed mindset and a lot of people believe in trading your time for money. As traders, okay, we understand time freedom. We understand that like you don't need to work as hard to make a lot of money, okay? And a lot of people have been conditioned to believe that, right? And that's their opinion. Like I'm not going to take their opinion away, but as traders, it is very, very important for us to protect our own vision, you know, to protect what we see because trading is, it's really like an art, man. It's something that you just have to really protect. Like, you know how artists are sensitive about their art and their creation. I feel the same way about trading, man. You cannot be out here just telling everybody what you do, because everybody's not gonna believe in it. Everybody not gonna understand it. You telling normal people that, hey, I can come on the markets and make thousands of dollars in a day. They're not going to understand that, because it takes people 40, 50, 60 hours to even see $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell people what you're doing. Just move in silence. Just go through the ups and downs of trading, because it will be ups and downs. And the last thing you need is to be going through your ups and downs and having somebody commenting or questioning your journey or the authenticity of trading. You don't need anybody coming in and throwing your faith off. Like, as a trader, if you got into trading or you feel drawn to trading, that is a gift from God, because everybody is not attracted to the skill set. It takes a lot of work. It could take years. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy thing to obtain, but once you obtain it, once you understand it, it will set you up for life. So in the meantime, embrace the solitude. Okay, it do get a little lonely, I'm not gonna lie, but that's what you need, because I'm telling you, you don't want outsiders coming in and messing up your flow state. You don't want people coming in telling you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. You feel me? You don't want people giving you advice who are not living the life that you want to live. The only people you should be talking to trading about is people who already day trade. And sometimes you got to be careful with that too, because everybody see the market different, right? Like, you might have a friend who's a trader and they may be a swing trader and you're an intraday trader, and y'all over here talking about ideas. Like, they're going to see the market totally different, and you're going to see the market totally different. And it doesn't mean that either one of you are wrong. It just means that you guys have different approaches, and that's okay. We have to get to a point where we understand that, like, everybody doesn't have to look at the market the same. Like, just because I'm an intraday trader and somebody might swing trade, it doesn't make me more right or make them more wrong. We just have different approaches. You feel me? So just be careful who you share this information with. You don't want to open up that portal and give people time and space to basically, like, pour salt on your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a very sensitive topic. So yeah, I advise that you don't tell too many people, like, respectfully, right? So that's pretty much all I got today, man. Those are the three things that I wish I would have known. And sometimes, like, you got to go through the journey and bump your head a few times to even learn the lesson. But yeah, I just hope that this video can inspire the next person. Comment down below if you struggled with any of this before. If you felt any of these type of ways, like, and yeah, I'm gonna be posting way more day trading content on this channel. Again, this is a self-improvement channel, so we're doing everything self-improvement. If it's becoming more disciplined or stepping into our purpose or becoming a better trader. I do day trade, so becoming a better trader, getting in the gym, just working on our mindset and stepping into our purpose. You know what I'm saying? So stay tapped in with me. Go ahead and subscribe too. Like, don't be watching my videos and not being subscribed. Subscribe to the videos, tap in on the journey, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out.